Good evening, everyone. It is Tuesday, May 30th. How are you all today? Fingers crossed, all my technical issues hopefully are resolved. Never know till I'm on here. So, whenever someone joins, just let me know. Make sure that you can hear me. And if you can make a comment, it's very helpful to let me know that technical things are working. Just let me know that the audio is working. That would be great. Hello, Lisa. Hi, Kristen. So happy to see your comment. So everyone can hear me okay? Last week we had the technical difficulties with my audio. Oh my gosh, what I don't know what it is with the last couple weeks. All I can ever say is the energy that is streaming in right now is so insane, and it is creating, thank you sound. Oh, I love it. Thank you. um thank you for letting me know that. And so yeah, the energy right now is just so insane. Like, I don't know about you guys, I have had so many issues with just all these random things. Like, this happened, I think I actually told you last week, but nobody could hear me, which was that I had been gone. I went on a little shopping trip for the store, and I had driven my car. My car is only a year old. I buy a new car so I don't have to worry about mechanical issues. And I had spent this beautiful day in this out of the way park in the middle of Western North Carolina. Beautiful, beautiful day. And I get back to my car that evening, and my car would not start. And I was just like, what? I mean, brand new car almost. And I had to have somebody tow it. I had roadside assistance, excuse me. But my roadside assistants, they take my car, and they took my car 90 minutes away to the nearest dealership, and they left me. I was not in Asheville. It was outside of Asheville, Flat Rock or something rock. And they left me there with no car in the middle of nowhere. And there is no Ubers that I could find to take me anywhere. So I was like stranded, and I was just so bizarre. But I have to say, it really was this wake up call about slowing down. Even though I'd spent that day out in nature, I tend to go, go, go. And on these shopping trips, I'm always doing something that day, visiting either crystal stores or jewelry places in West North Carolina to buy stuff for the store. And it did take me down a notch. Like, I really did mellow out for a day or two while they tried to figure out what was wrong with my car. And I finally, strangely, once I settled down and I relaxed, they did find an Uber appeared, and I was able to go get my car that was an hour and a half away. But since then, all these strange things, like the technical thing with my audio, my coffee maker quit, all these different things have been just like blowing up. So I don't know if any of you are experiencing this kind of stuff in your life, but hang on. I know it'll settle down eventually. That's what I keep telling myself. So, oh boy. So I'm so glad I could be here and that you guys are here. It's so nice to see everybody. I have Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Kristen. Hi. So good to see you. Jri, thank you. Thank you for being here. Sagittarius 25. Oh, I just did the whole Sagittarius. We have full moon in Sagittarius here on the weekend. So love Sagittarian energy. Hi, AJS. Thank you, Sagittarius, for liking. And we have Austin. And thank you for letting me know about the sound, Austin. All right, well, let's just dive in. So what's going on this week? Before I dive in, let me tell you about, we're going to start with Kristen up here, though, getting her first on the list. Before we start with that, though, I just want to let you guys know about some upcoming events. We have the full moon in Sagittarius event at the store. At the store. It's a free event. It's very casual. You come in, you can write down some things that you want to let go or manifest in this full moon energy. we roll up this paper. It's called flying wish paper. And when we light it, it flies up. It is the coolest thing. And it's so much fun to do. And that's at the store. Free event. You can come in anytime between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. And then we also will pull a tarot card for you. It's just a time to come to the store, hang out, meet other people, and get a card pulled for you and do that flying wish paper. Sometimes I'm there. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make it this, is it Friday? Saturday. But if I'm there, I will also do like energy readings really quick. What else do we have? Oh, June 8th, Thursday, I have a sacred healing circle. So this is going to be anyone that comes. We are going to hold the space for one another and for our healing. And you can have something specific. I usually try to work one-on-one with everybody that's in attendance if we have less than 6 people. If we have more than that, I can only do so many in the couple hours that we are there. But I love this energy that we can set within a circle. And when we all combine our energy and we create this energy vortex, we can do some amazing healing. So that is going to be on June 8th at 6:30 p.m. And then Saturday, June 10th, I'm really excited about this. This is not one of my events. This is done by Izzy. She is holding the Platonic Solids and Sacred Geometry Grids workshop. Now, this is really cool. I just did an interview with Izzy, and I need to get this up. I've been doing so many interviews because I'm really working on getting much more material out on YouTube and a podcast. But she was talking about this Platonic solids, and Platonic solids, they're the pieces that create the big picture of life. So if you ever seen a flower of life or like Metatron's cube, they all make the Platonic solids create the big picture of like the cube and everything that is the basis of life. And so she's going to teach us about this. She's going to tell us about these different solids. And when you purchase this workshop, she's even gifting a free Platonic solids set for all the attendees. And this is really cool because I'm not sure how much the tickets are for this. Well, let's find out, because these Platonic solids, just a crystal set, run, I'm thinking $30 or $40. So if you get into the workshop, I'm clicking on my website and it's not clicking through to get tickets. Isn't that fun? More technology issues for me. $65. She's charging $65 for the workshop, which is a steal to get these Platonic solids and with a little tray in the workshop. So highly, highly recommend that. I'm really looking for, and I'm going to be there. I am going to be in attendance, getting my Platonic solids and learning about this with her. And then she teaches about how to use these within the crystal grids and how you use them for healing. I'm very excited about it. So what else? So that's pretty much the upcoming stuff, right? So we have the Platonic solids, and then I'm back. I have my Tuesday tarot, which you guys are all here. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, fun stuff. All right, let's get into the good stuff. Let's start doing some readings. All right, where are my cards? I got to take a drink. Talk, talk, talk. You guys all have your drink? I wish I could see you. I want to see you drinking with me. Want some people to drink with me. Although I'm not even drinking alcohol tonight. But it is good. Very good. All right, I got my Tarot of Dragons deck going on here today. Can I get that in focus? My microphone's in the way. I love this tarot deck. I absolutely love it. It is such a great deck. I'd love to actually get the author of this deck to come in and do an interview. All right. So if you're on YouTube, this is streaming out to both YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, like the channel, subscribe to it, and you will notice there's a new interview that I did with a gentleman named Tory Reed, and he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and was a client of mine because he wanted to not only do the Western take on healing, but also to incorporate the metaphysical approach. And it he did so amazing. This man, pancreatic cancer is the toughest cancer to recover from. It's got the highest mortality rate. And he blew his doctor's minds because when he went in for surgery, they did surgery on him. His tumor had shrunk. And the doctors told him that it's not that they've never seen that. I don't think the doctors would ever actually say that, but that it's so rare. And they said it was not due to the chemo that he took, that they could do some kind of testing to determine, what was helpful. And they said this had nothing to do with chemo. The most that they had hoped that the chemo would do was that wouldn't enlarge any further than how the size that it had started with. And he went in, blew these doctors' minds because he actually shrank his pancreatic tumor, and doctors don't have any explanation. It's an amazing interview. So go check that out um, if you have time. All right, Kristen, let's do it. Let's do it. Kristen. Let's see what we can come up for you here. Ooh, you got a nice Phoenix rainbow dragon coming out. The other ones don't. All right, so first card we have is the Hierophant, and I can never say this. Isn't that pretty? All right, so this first card, it actually feels like you might feel threatened about something, like something might feel like it's under attack, something going on in your life. I just get this overbearing energy and almost like a fear or a concern about something. And this moves into this next card, which is the Nine of Pentacles. And you guys, I read these intuitively. I don't always go with what the traditional tarot interpretation is, and everything here is intuitive. So when I feel into this next step, so I feel like there's something that feels very overbearing, almost threatening. With this next card, it feels like it feels like the beginning of something. It feels like there is this egg that is developing that has the potential to move into a new thing for you. And that you have support with that. Not sure what that would look like in your life, but that there's this potential egg that, and eggs represent things that are in development, whether that is, like a shift in a change in a job, or that you're creating something that's going to come new into your life. But this is the sense that I get, that there's this incubation period happening for you. And in that incubation, there is support for you, which I love. So you don't have to go through that alone. And so the last card that I was trying to pull, actually a couple came out for you. And the first one that I'm looking at is the sun. And to me, this is the birth of what was being incubated. I mean, look at this. This is like something is being birthed for you. And it's almost like there's a celebration going on as you're birthing whatever it was that was in the incubation. And this next card, Ace of Wands, I feel like whatever is being birthed is going to bring clarity. Like it's just going to burn away all the old stuff that doesn't serve you. And as you're birthed into this, or whatever is being birthed into your realm, it's just going to clear the field. I mean, when I look at this shooting out fire, it just feels like it's going to shoot out to whatever has been old, that has been in your way, that doesn't serve you. It's just going to burn away. And you, in many ways, this feels like freedom for you, like you're going to have a new way of looking at life, a new way of living, and experience instead of being held back. Because so often we have like these chains on us that hold us back. And, it's not like we want those chains. It's not like we meant to have these chains, but we have old patterns, we have old programming, we maybe just believe certain things that, sometimes we don't believe in ourselves enough. And I feel like that kind of stuff is just going to burn away for you. Yeah, so you have to let me know if that any of that resonates with you, Kristen. Looking at her comments here, and she says, obsessed with it. I know, I love this deck. Every time I pull, I know. And then you got extra, you got 4 cards today. So I'm really loving the energy though of that. So yeah, you'll have to let me know how that works for you. All right. All right, so let me know in here if you want a card pulling. Apparently I can't see. I gotta pull this up so I can see better. So Kristen's saying, thank you for the reading. Definitely really resonated with me. Lots of big change. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Lots of change, lots of potential. I love potential. Who doesn't? I mean, everyone should. A lot of people resist change. But I feel like for you, when you get birthed into that, it's going to just skyrocket you out of the old and have you in a place that's just really, really beautiful and amazing. All right. All right. So I know a lot of you said hi, but make sure to say that you want a reading because I'm working my way down here. And that way I know that you want this because you have to kind of set your intention for this too, right? All right. And I do appreciate you telling the comments though. I love the hellos. It can be, I'm getting better. I'm getting more used to being all by myself in this room. Well, I have a cat. She's crawling up my leg whenever I talk to myself in this room too much. She starts crawling up my leg. All right. Oh, Jerry, did you watch about the Tori Reed interview? What'd you think? I mean, isn't it fascinating? I loved working with him. He had great energy and he really took to heart. I mean, he was new to the metaphysical realm. And so I would say things and he would just give me these looks. And, so much of it is shifting how people see life sometimes. And he was amazing. He was amazing. No worries about being late. You can join us whenever. We're going to be here for a little while. All right. I have Lisa. I guess me means I want to read. Let me just shuffle these up. I've been talking so much that I'm behind. I still need a sip. Are you guys sipping your drink? All right. Lisa. Let's do this, Lisa. Need some cards for Lisa. All right. What's itchy nose mean? Itchy nose. All right, first card I get for you is the 8 of Pentacles. I feel like something's hung up on you, like something stalled or something has like stuck energy, like things aren't moving, like something feels tied down, something doesn't feel free to move. And it needs to move, like it wants to move. It needs to move, but it can't. 9 of Wands. And I feel like you need to put an end to it. To put it bluntly, put an end to it. I'm not sure if somebody else is enforcing this on you, in which case you would need to create a boundary and break free of that. Or it could be an internal freezing or an internal binding, thinking that you can't do something, like doubt. And they're like, you got to put an end to it. Like literally, they're like, kill that. And it's not, it's about killing off or breaking free of the chain, breaking free of this situation or feeling that has you stuck, that's not letting you move forward, that's not letting you even explore new options. And I feel like if you don't break free, I mean, look at this card, it's heartache. Like it feels like if you aren't able to break free, if you aren't able to create that boundary, to overcome that doubt or a belief that isn't serving you, it's heartache. You're not going to be doing the thing you want to do. You're not going to be living the life you want. You're not going to be able to have a full life. You're not going to be able to be all that you could absolutely be, and you could be. It's just that you are all chained up in something, a belief, a thought process. It could be, even like somebody restricting you somehow by telling you maybe can't do something. And it's time to break free of that. You'll have to let me know how that resonates with you, Lisa, but I feel that very strongly. You are not going to be happy until you break free. AGS. I love this, AGS. I would love a reading while I'm sipping my water. Mine is like ginger. I have ginger ale, and it's a really strong ginger drink. I wish it was something a little more fun, honestly, but I gotta stay on top of things. I gotta give you guys some good cards. I gotta be able to read them. All right. AJS. Getting into your energy. All right. I have the Six of Cups. I feel like something's brewing. I'm really pulled towards this dragon in the back, though, the observer. Like this observer, it's almost like they are observing and they don't want to get too close to whatever is brewing. They're way back there behind the mountain. It's like they are intrigued. They are wanting to maybe participate, but they're holding themselves back. But whatever they're observing, it's really intriguing to them and they feel pulled towards it, but they're keeping their distance. And when I say they, it's really you. So like, I try to couch it that you can look at these things in many different ways, but I feel like this is you. I feel like you are keeping your distance and observing. You're really intrigued, but you're really not getting too close to what it is that you're intrigued with. And then I'm getting this the Sire of Cups, which this is the baby dragon. And then again, this is representing like there's something birthing within you, this baby dragon, that somehow this baby dragon is in relationship to the thing that you're really intrigued with. And it's now a baby dragon. So instead of having stayed away and just been observing it for a long time, now all of a sudden you find yourself, you've got a little piece of whatever it is that you've been curious about. And it's still a baby. It's not full grown, which could look like, like if you were interested in studying tarot cards. And I'm not saying that's what this is for you. I'm just trying to give you an example. If you were observing everyone else playing with tarot cards and you were really intrigued with it, but you're really not touching them, Now, all of a sudden, you find yourself, you have a deck, right? You're not an expert at it yet, but you're playing with it. Like you're having to raise it. So, meaning that now that you have the deck, it's not that big distance from you anymore, and you're willing to kind of touch it and play with it and discover more about it. It's much closer, it's personal now. And then it's just this 8 of Cups. It just feels like it grows from there. Like instead of just having one deck, now you have 8 decks. So whatever it is that you're observing and you're keeping your distance from, you're going to find yourself with it, and it's going to grow from there, is essentially what this is about. Now, what that represents for you, I'm not sure. So you'll have to let me know how that resonates. If there's something that you've been observing that you're actually wanting to pull into you, because I do feel like it's coming in. And I feel like it's good. Like, I don't feel like this is a bad thing. I feel like it's your hesitation that's not allowing it to come in. And your hesitation is just delaying the reality that you could be having 8 of whatever it is, that you could be having a lot, that you would have plentiful. So, yeah. Your spiritual growth. Yeah, keeping your distance. And it's you got the little baby. I feel like you're about, you got this baby if you're just willing to interact with it. And then it's just going to grow, grow, grow. It's just going to be so amazing and big. And spiritual growth, it can feel scary, and I'm not even saying that it's an easy journey, but it's highly rewarding. And we often live a life for everyone else, and we have to learn how to look inwards to find our answers. And it is so fulfilling. And when we are fulfilled, then we want to help others. But when we do it reverse, when we give without filling our own cup, we just drain ourselves, and we become unhappy because we're not doing anything for ourselves. And life, this 3D human life, is about experiencing it as a human, but to learning to have those boundaries and learning to realize that you're worthy enough to fill your cup and then share your cup with others. Awesome. All right, where are we? All right, I need to keep track of what I'm doing here. All right, we got Catalina. Catalina, hello. Cards are falling out. Catalina, first card that fell out is Temperance. Like, I haven't even pulled the other two, but I'm going to honor that it just popped out and wanted to talk to you. So Temperance is about moderation. Temperance is, kind of sometimes stepping back and looking at the big picture and not getting so caught up in the whirlwind of it and that emotional triggered state. So I feel like, we're going to talk Temperance first, this ability to monitor ourselves. And that doesn't mean that we hush ourselves. It means that we observe ourselves. Observe where Temperance might be something to bring into your life that could benefit. Temperance, the opposite of that would be highly triggered, like you're just overly reacting to everything. This is more moderation about something. I love this. Do you know, I've played with this cards for a long time. I'm not sure I don't remember seeing this card before. It's the Queen of Swords. And this queen, she has her sword. She has broken into the egg. And what has flown out are all these butterflies. Like, I don't see a baby dragon, but the egg has been opened. And instead of baby dragons, there's baby butterflies everywhere. And then we have the beautiful flowers. So this is about breaking free of old habits, breaking free of. Okay, so the Temperance is usually needed, like I said, if there's a highly emotional charged thing. And when you're highly emotionally charged or triggered, It's almost like a sword where you wound yourself. So like when you look at this queen, right? Yeah, the queen of swords. She has that sword. Like the sword can either cut and be very painful, or it could, cutting yourself would be very painful, or you could cut a rope and maybe free somebody of it. And so the sword's like a double-edged sword, right? And that's what I'm feeling for you, is that when you get this temperance under control, when you are able to be in temperance, you're going to be on the beneficial side of that double-edged sword instead of the wounded side of it. And then there's peace. And it's really as simple as that. I know that sometimes implementing this doesn't always feel simple, but when you bring that temperance in, you're going to be using your sword still, but instead of that sharp, wounded side, you're going to use it for the healing. And because sword can represent truth, can represent breaking free, setting yourself free, right? And then there's just this utter peace. Look at this beautiful dragon just sitting on her. I'm not sure if that's a nest or a den. Quite content with her pentacles. Pentacles, are about abundance, about having everything you need. And look at the peace of this picture. It's absolutely gorgeous. And so I just feel like that once you got this temperance under control, I'm questioning my terminology of under control. Once you bring temperance within your experience, it's going to be a peaceful existence. There, that's the one sentence version of it. uh, yeah, so Catalina, you'll have to let me know what you think about that when we got down here. Oh, I know. It's a really beautiful card. Like I said, I don't remember ever seeing that card. I mean, I must have, but anyway. Dree, how you doing? How you doing? I love Dree. She's got such great energy, and she's doing so good. You'll have to let me know. I know you got a lot of things going on, how you are doing. It's so nice to connect with you guys, and it's so nice to get to know you guys. Oop, cards are flying out. Ooh, I love this. All right. So first card for you is the Seven of Cups. I love this card. For me, this card is about an abundance of possibilities. And I don't know if I pulled this card for you, but anyway, I'm just going to read it as of today. When I know a little bit about somebody, I'm always like, don't let that interfere. But I do know enough about her that it feels like there's this abundance of possibilities for you, Dree. And I know that you're out there looking for possibilities. And I just feel like they're going to start popping up, that you're going to have your selection. That's what this card represents to me, is you're going to have all these things, these possibilities, and they're going to come to you, and you're going to go, oh, do I want door number 1 or door number 2, door number 3? I have choices. You have choices. That's what it feels like. And I feel like you do make a choice. And look how settled down. Like, I feel like once that choice is made, you are going to just settle in and get a little bit more contented, a little bit more relaxed, more able to contemplate your next step. But I love this next card that comes in, because look at this next step, Dree. This is dominance, and it's not dominance of others, it's dominance of yourself. This kingdom is your kingdom. This is representing you being sovereign of your own self. Like, you are going, hey, I am in charge of this. I run this castle. I am worthy. I am absolutely doing and accepting myself and everything that I am. And it's like you are the ruler of yourself, right? And in a beautiful, beautiful, confident way. I'm loving this for you, Dree. You'll have to let me know. She's saying loved it. That's awesome. Wonderful. Yeah, you'll have, like I said, you'll have to let me know because I know you're looking and how that's going for you. Awesome, awesome. All right, so we got Lisa. Christina, we don't have Christina yet. Come on, show. Hi, Christina. How are you? Get some cards going for you. How are you doing today? Oh, so nice. All I get to see is this little icon of your face, but it's so nice to see your face. Let's see what the dragons have for you too. Oop, there's one dragons got for you today. Interesting first card. Boy, all these cards want to come out for you, Christina, not just a few. All right. I feel like there's a struggle going on here. So these two cards fell out. We have the Knight of Swords and the Devil. And I just feel like there's this struggle. I mean, look at the struggle with this guy. He's tied down and he wants to be free. This dragon is not meant to be tied down. And this card really represents to me this whirlwind. Like you're caught up in a whirlwind. And when you're caught up in whirlwinds, you're not free. You're caught up in the whirlwind of stuff that may not be yours. And, I was talking earlier about how the sword can be double-edged, right? And the sword, your sword, is all caught up in the whirlwind. It's like you can't use that sword for your own good because it's all out of reach. You're all tied up. You can't get free. What is going on, Christina? Wow. It's interesting because those are the first two cards. The next, again, two cards came out. Okay, I think actually, okay. So two cards came out, but I think it was card 2 and 3 because then the card that I thought I pulled for 3 is actually almost the same card as the one that should have been 3. I hope everyone's following that. All right, we have 1 and 2 all tied up, whirlwind, sword, all can't get to it, can't be free. Next card is the 7 of Wands. Now, this is you taking charge. This is you protecting like your assets, your materials, your emotional state. It's about protecting whatever is yours that is under threat. All right. You are coming out with that wand blazing. And that to me is like setting boundaries. That is about you claiming that you can move in the direction that you want to. So setting boundaries is usually about telling others that, this is what you can do in my life. Or this card represents you breaking free of the boundaries that you have set around yourself or the box that you've put around yourself and breaking free of it. And because here is the happy ending, is these cards that came at the end. This is the one that kind of fell out at the same time as the second card. And it is, I mean, look at this. You're on top of the world. You've got these wings that are glowing. You've got a butterfly, which is all about new beginnings and transformation, right? And look at the sword. The sword has become part of you. Like this base is would represent your castle, would represent all this is part of you. And that sword has now been incorporated within you. And then this third card that I pulled thinking I needed a third card, again, it's about the double-edged sword. And what is it with swords today? That double-edged sword about setting yourself free. Look at all these butterflies. I love this card. This is my new favorite card. This is amazing. And things are blooming. But you got to set yourself free. You got to break free. Or set boundaries for someone else that's threatening your freedom. All right. I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates with you, Christina. Ah, yeah. I want you to have this happy ending. I'm loving the happy ending. I love happy ending, guys. I do, I do, I do. All right. Kristen, you are so, so welcome. I'm so glad that we could do this. All right. Who's next here? We did Lisa. Dree, Lisa. I don't know if I'm repeating myself. I'm just working my way down. Dree said she loves it. Lisa says she can't type fast enough. I know I can't read fast enough. Catalina, I did. Austin. Hey, Austin. No, I don't think I saw a message from you. So good job on repeating the message. I know. Love the dragon cards. Who can't love some dragon cards? These are so fun. Like I was saying, I really need to reach out to this author and see if I can get her to do an interview with me. That would be really cool. Cards are really jumping out for everyone today, I will say. Austin. Whoops, there's another one for you. Oh, there we go. All right. Austin, what's going on? Let's see here. All right. So I feel like you're circling something, like you're unsure about something. I've got the Two of Cups. Cups being around emotions usually. What are you circling around? It's like you're unsure. You're just kind of unsure, not sure how to look at it, not sure how you're interpreting, not sure if you can trust it, whatever it is. And I'm suspecting it's some kind of emotion that you're just kind of looking at and you're not really wanting to engage it. Maybe you don't want to believe it. I'm not sure. But you're just not, I don't know if it's not acknowledging it or not bringing it in, not owning it, maybe. And the second card, the Queen of Pentacles. Again, I get this. You're not acknowledging or owning something. And look at the little bunny rabbit down here. It's like the bunny rabbit has his hands over his eyes almost. At least that's the way my eyes, now that I'm looking at it, I'm not sure that's really what it was, but that's what I'm seeing intuitively. So I'm going to go with it. Let's see if it's in reality. Nope, it's not. But that's what I saw intuitively. It's like you're like this. It's like not wanting to see, not wanting to look, and really acknowledge something. But here's the funny part about this card, reading it intuitively. It's right under your nose. Like it's right here. It's right here. Just look. It's right here. Open your eyes. Just right here. Look at you, and you'll see it. Plain as day. Whatever it is you're ignoring, it's right there. And I feel like eventually you start playing with it. So this is again one of my favorite cards. It's called the Hanged Dragon. So it's a dragon that is all tied up and it just doesn't know which way to go. And I feel like that's kind of way you are about whatever this emotion or this situation is you're all tied up with it. But with the Hanged Man card, it tells me that you are starting to toy with it. If you look at the little at the bottom here, you see the cat or the tiger or I guess the leopard playing with the feathers of the dragon. This is really indicative of the play energy of, all right, if I were to look at it, what would it look like? If I wanted to see that, what would I see? And so I feel like you are getting there, but I feel like this is an encouragement to not, take your time with this, or that sooner is better. Because as you look at it, as you play with it, you're going to get free of this hanged energy. This energy of the hanged is about being stuck. It's like you can't move, and not moving makes you look like you have nothing else to do. You're just hanging there. And so once you start looking at it, once you start playing with it, then you're going to be able to get free and out of this hanged situation. So you'll have to let me know if that resonates for you. Yay, yay, yay. Awesome. Where are we? Where are we? How are we doing on time? We got some time left. Awesome. AJS was saying earlier after doing hers that she's drained her cup and needing to fill my own. Yeah, you really do. You have to take care of yourself, especially in this new energy. You have to clear out all the stuff that's coming up, and you have to allow yourself to be healed, to recover. And I tell you, you want to help others. We all do. That's why we drain ourselves doing it. But we have to take care of ourselves first. And then we do it from such a healthier standpoint and a stronger foundation. Thank you. I've been working on the balance between bull in the China shop and speaking my piece. Oh, Catalina, I like you. That's me too. I tend to be way too blunt. And it's so funny because I moved to North Carolina about 14 years ago, and I'm very blunt. I'm authentic. I'm going to say my piece, and it's not in a mean way. It's just this is the way I see it. And I remember working with some people and getting this comment of, well, I guess you aren't from the South. Like, because I'm not from the South, it's my excuse for not being blunt that, the Southern people are able to be much more polite. But I think it's a waste of time. Oh, thank you, Catalina. Please like the page or like if you're on YouTube, subscribe. I am so excited to be here. And it's, like I said, I have a lot of fun things coming up for us. All right, Jri, thank you. She's absolutely perfect. Loving it. Christina's feeling lovely. Oh, thank you, Kristen. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, because he needs to see that. Farida, I'm terrible at pronouncing things, so please bear with me. Watching from the UK, I like the UK. There's some of my favorite teachers are in the UK and Scotland. And yes, we will get you a card. All right, let's get, I wish I knew how to pronounce your name. Farida, Ali. If Ali is I with an E, I'm going to say Farida. We'll just say that. What's going on here? Cards are really hopping out tonight, I tell you. For a while there, a couple weeks ago, I couldn't get them to move. Oh, Farida, I got this double-edged sword for you. Ace of Swords. I feel strength in this, though. Like, I feel like you're not messing around. Gotta have a drink. All right, so the sword coming in, you know what this feels like is, as we're moving into this new spiritual realm, as we're doing our spiritual development, a lot of times we get these downloads, these energetic downloads with wisdom, energy upgrades, and it just comes in energetically, right? We sometimes can sense or feel them, but I feel like you're getting a lot of downloads. Like you're in the process of getting the downloads, and they're starting to rise up in you into a new strength. And I feel like this is your sword to wield, and that you are going to wield it in a very wise and strong way. And I'm loving that. I feel like even when you look at this card, you see the gold or the yellow smoke around that sword. That smoke really represents, when I feel into it, your own inner guidance, and that utilization of the sword is being guided by your inner spirit. And it's a very strong, wise way to use a sword. The next card we have is the Sire of Pentacles for you. Strength, wisdom. It's like as you're receiving all these informations with these downloads, with this energy, and the downloads are a lot of times, like I said, wisdom and knowledge, concepts. I feel like you're going to start sharing that. And this, and again, these are read intuitively, but you look at the nostrils, the smoke coming out of the nostrils, and it's going down to the youngster. I feel like that's you. Like you're going to be this very wise, intuitively led being who is just then breathing out their wisdom and sharing it with whomever wants to listen or hear. And you're doing this in a great way because it's not like you're forcing anybody. You're not saying my way is the only way. You are just sharing. And whomever you share with, if they want it, that's great. If they want to walk by, that's fine too. The third card, Seven of Wands. I feel like this is a warning of some kind, interestingly. A warning of maybe staying impartial, maybe of not getting into the ego. A warning of don't let this sword become that two-edged sword that's going to hurt you. You have it in you. You can absolutely share it. But even though I don't see a sword necessarily in this, I feel like it has the potential, if you were to fall into ego, that it could be a two-edged thing with you, that it could become a two-edged sword that would wound. And it's just like you would just have to be aware of that. It's not saying that that's absolutely the way it's going to be. It's just you need to be aware of it and not to go into ego, because the spiritual path is not about going into ego. It's about realizing that we all have gifts and we want to share this. It's kind of like healing. You know, when I work with clients or anyone works with a client, the client is healing themselves. We hold space. I'm not doing the healing. All right. And it's really important to realize that when you're on this journey that, you know, where that ego is at. Do you need to feel like that it is you? Do you feel like you need the recognition? Because that's going to get us in trouble. When you can be impartial and realize that everyone heals themselves, everyone's responsible for themselves, just like you are only responsible for yourself. They are only responsible for themselves. So anyway, I just feel like it's a little warning. Yeah, you have to let me know how that resonates. All right. And Farida, yes. You said, may I be added, please? I'm not sure what you mean to the card reading. Yes, we got to you, so that's cool. And is your comment visible? Yes, it is. Lisa, do you remember what I don't, but that's the great thing about the recording. You can go back and check on that. Austin. Ooh, Austin caught back on, resonates in a lot in some unexpected ways. Those are the best ones though, right? When it's unexpected. Thank you for subscribing, Frida. Frida, thank you. She got me some way to pronounce her name. Perfect. Right. Okay. Julia says hi. Oh, let's go back to Frida for a second. I've been through a lot of challenge hardships. Yeah. A lot of wisdom and knowledge. Yep, you do share. And she's just saying, okay, and true to the beware that she got on that last card. Did resonate. Good. Good, good, good. All right. So then we have Julia. Julia, did you want a card reading? We have just one more time for one more. So I just like to confirm. I like people to set that intention by doing a comment, because I'm not here to tell you need a card reading. There are some people that may just want to be hopping on and saying hi and being part of the energy, and that's great. But to get a card reading, I want you to set that intention by telling me you want the card reading, and the energy flows better for both of us that way. So, Julia, if you want that reading, just put it into the comments section, and we're going to be good to go. We're going to be good. Anybody else have any other questions for me? We are down to 4 minutes. I'm going to have a drink here because I can. What's your guys' ideal drink? What's your favorite drink? You have to tell me. I'm curious. Curious what everyone's favorite drink is. It's kind of off topic, but hey, we're here to have fun. Melissa says she'd love a reading. All right. Boy, Melissa, cards are flying out already. I love this. I'm gonna get back to you here, Melissa. I love. Whoops, where did I misclicked? Where did it go? Oh, something changed. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Mykal. Mykal wine. Yeah, I love my wine. LaCroix with lime. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Vodka optional. It's a good option. Mykal, sorry, the autocorrect. Yeah, I figured something like that would happen. No worries, no worries. All right, Melissa, I'll get back focused. Focused. Let's do this. Get some cards. We got the first card. 7 of Wands for your first card, Melissa. What do we got? I feel like you're on edge about something. Feels emotional, edgy, emotional. And I'll show you the card, but I'm not sure how relevant it is, honestly. It's just what I'm picking up. So, okay, she's saying I am. Yeah. It feels very edgy. It feels very uncomfortable, honestly. So, what's the next card here? The sun. I like this. The sun's coming out. The sun is a new day. Let me look at this third card. I'm going to pull another second card for you, because I get the sun's a new day. I know this card a lot of times represents rebirthing. So I'm getting setting yourself free, something. It's all about, again, freedom seems to be the theme. Swords and freedom. So yeah, this is like birthing. Melissa's saying her daughter passed away, and she's saying yes. I feel this internal struggle. And to free yourself of the eternal struggle. So I don't know if there's guilt involved here. And a lot of times we have guilt that we don't need to be guilty, right? We don't need to feel guilty. But I feel like you need to set yourself free of it, which is kind of what the rebirthing is about setting yourself free of that. And this other card that I kind of pulled, as another second card is the Knight of Wands. And it's like, what it's telling me is like, only you can set yourself free of this. Like nobody else can do this for you. And that's the hardest part, right? Because we go grief, for my experience, has been is one of the hardest things to come out of. Um, and it's not that you can't, because you can. But it has to be an internal job. And that's what I'm getting with the two second cards. And the third one is that I'm just getting like she's still there with you. Like even though you may not be on the same planetary line, she's still there, obviously in spirit with you. But that's not always, very reassuring when we're having to live in the 3D without our loved one, right? And I feel like there's something else for you to hold on to. You're telling me she's your only daughter. Do you have other kids? Because I feel like there's other things. And I don't know if it's a relationship that you're in. I don't know if it's maybe a career that you love, or if that you have other children or grandchildren. I'm not sure. But I feel like there are others in your life that are there for you. And it might be your spiritual team. I'm not sure, but I do feel like there's something for you to grasp a hold of. Because when I look at this, I see this pentacle in the hand. I feel like this kind of represents your daughter, who she's really too small. And when I say small, it's not like she was young necessarily, but that because she doesn't have physical form, she can't have a lot of influence on your physical realm. But there is something in your hand that is yours that is going to help you to move on, that is there for you. Your husband had other daughters. And so, this is a great opportunity to maybe build relationships with them in a way that you haven't been able to up to this point before. So, yeah, I mean, I get this is a really tough pain, and it's almost too close right now to see the gift. And what I would share is that there is always a gift within this, but it is really tough to lose somebody that you literally gave life to. Right now, keep in mind though, you only gave her the 3D life, and she has a soul life. She is so beyond what just that human experience. And as you were saying that you hear her voice, excuse me, I can't click right. I hear her voice. She comes to me in your dreams. Like she still loves on. She's still absolutely with you. And sorry, I had something else. Let me see what that was. So you have to keep in mind what they're sharing with me. It's like people who die really young, they always have this agreement from the moment they are born that they're going to have a short life. Like there's no such thing as really as an accident, that the accident is just their ability to create their exit point. And so for your daughter, I can guarantee that from the moment she was born, you and her at a soul level had an agreement that she would come in and leave when she did. So I don't know if she died, while she was still living at home, or if she was older, but whenever someone dies, before they're what we would consider their time to go, right? There is an agreement in place. And no matter how she died, that was just the gift of how she could take the exit. And her exit is almost always about a gift for others. And this is the beautiful relationship that we have with the people that at a soul level, is that they provide those really tough, hard situations for us to grow from, because we don't grow when it's easy. We don't expand when life is all, roses and the easy stuff. So it's time for you to move on. It's time for you to realize that I mean, I feel like there's just some angst in you. And I know it's really common with grief to, either feel guilty or feel like there was something that you could have done differently. And there isn't. There isn't. This is the situation. And at a soul level, it's now your responsibility to find a way for you to live, because your daughter lived right up to the day that she had intended to live. And are you willing and ready to do the same? Because that's what she wants for you. So yeah, you're going to be able to do this. Thank you. Thank you. All rejected from my car. I was the only one who passed away. And doesn't that tell you something? How purposeful she set that up. Now, can you accept her decision that she was ready to go, that she knew her time was done? That is the biggest challenge. She keeps telling me that, and I'm trying, but it's a struggle. Yeah. So it's only a struggle because you still want to hold on to whatever you're holding on to. And when you're really ready to let it go, I work with dragons, right? So the dragons always want to help you. Tell the dragons you're ready to let go of it, but you got to mean it. You got to mean it, because a lot of times we say things that we don't mean. Like we say, I don't want the guilt, but you want to feel guilty. I mean, it's not like you want to, but it's doing something for some part of you. It feeds something. So you just have to realize that it's time for you to live, because your daughter lived up until the moment she died, and it was her intention. That's tough maybe to hear. It was her intention to go at that time at a soul level. At a soul level, there's no accident on when you die. And they know it. That's what they signed up for. I'm going to go on that day. That's good. That's a good day for me to go. So now can you honor her by living your life? There's a book, and I wish I knew. I don't think I have it. We had an author come into the Quantum Life store, and he had written a book about he had lost his son at a really young age, and he wrote a book about his name's Ron Papadero. Let me see if I can look up his name. Ron Papadero. I don't know how to spell his name. Hello. I'm really good at this. Oh, wait, I bet it's in my inventory at the store, because we had his book at the store. And he talks a lot about having to get through this grief. And he, like you, actually started to communicate with his son, and his son would tell him, like, this is why what happened. And you got a whole new perspective of life. So, all right, cool. I found it. So let me just pop into the comments here, this guy's book, and see if that's something that would benefit you. All right. Yeah. I'm going to honor my daughter. And really, that's what if you need to think about it, it's really about honoring yourself too. All right. Not only honoring your daughter, but honoring yourself. So good. Good. All right, guys, this has been amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Be back next week, Tuesday, 6:00. We'll all meet up, grab your drink of choice. And I didn't get to say everybody, if anybody else had commented on the drinks, but grab your drink of choice, and we will be back next week. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget, like, comments, send me good vibes. I just love that. It makes it all worthwhile. And subscribe to the YouTube or like the Facebook page, and it's going to be amazing. All right, guys, until next week, take care. Namaste.